Can I just raise one point here? You said if there was no racism in America, Al Sharpton would be out of business. There is racism in America, so somebody needs to raise the void. You don't think there's very racism in America?
But that's not. What in the world are you talking about?
You said
there was no racism.
Yeah, you said if it wasn't for racism, Al wouldn't have a job.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, well. So,
and there is racism, so that's why he gets to stand up in front of the NAACP. That's why he gets to put a show that no one's watching on another network, and that's why he gets a girlfriend that will show you at the end of the show like that. But if that goes away, what is Al Sharpton going to tell us if race relations in America were 100% perfect?
Well, that's what his business is. I mean,
that's my point.
But the other thing about Bill O'Reilly saying, I mean, for all profit, what do you think we do?
What do you mean?
What do you think this network here, the other network does? We're not profiting on
We're not profiting.
How are we profiting on it? We're covering the news. Bob, this is a news network. We report the news.
I know,
and
it's big news, and it gets good ratings, and so everybody's making a profit. So what's the big deal?
Oh my
goodness. I think we're doing it because people are talking about it. I think it's because it's big news. I don't think we're setting the table.
Yeah, but we're
for
journalists.
To talk about it.
We're supposed to cover the news.
Can I just make a point here?
Journalist.
Here's how this thing went down. There are 1,000 of these crimes like this, or not. Actually, it wasn't even a crime. There are 1,000 of these issues that go on every year in this country. The media decided to take it and blow this one up. It's a young 17-year-old black kid wearing a hoodie. It's a white guy with a gun.
White Hispanic.
White Hispanic, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter. The point is that the media chose this case to make it big. They made it big. We didn't choose it, Bob. It wasn't us that said,
I'll back you up on that. In the 20-day period the trial took place, 4 minors, 3 teens, and a 5-year-old boy were gunned down in Chicago alone. Why are we not talking about that?
I will say this about Fox. Fox did not bite into that early on, make a big deal out of it. But other media outlets did. But that is the reality of the world that we live in.
Why are liberals so angry at Hispanics, Bob? What? I don't understand. Why are they so mad at Hispanics? You'd think that they would
mad at Hispanics.
Oh, really? So why the hate against George Zimmerman?
Well, first of all, I thought George Zimmerman was white.
Before they saw his picture, they thought he was white.
And that's what NBC News tried to perpetrate. That was what you were talking about last night on O'Reilly, was that George Zimmerman will actually have a decent case to bring against NBC News
for defamation.
Of the editing of the tape that made it sound like he was a racist, which is how this whole pot stirring started.
But I wouldn't care if George Zimmerman was Chinese. I would still think the guy killed a kid. And as simple as that. And he got away with it because because the law was there. And then
do you think that Al Sharpton would have had a big show at the NAACP meeting?
If what?
If it had been a Chinese person that had killed Trayvon Martin?
I have no idea.
No.
Or if Trayvon Martin killed a Chinese person or a white kid.
But that's before. Oh, you're making my point here that your news is going to pick up on what they think is an important story. Or they're going to
create an important story out of a common story
by the people that were
in fact politicizing
it that it was race-based.
NBC edited it to make it look like it was fully racially charged. If you if you listen to the whole soundbite, he actually says the exact opposite.
For all due respect to my own show, did we not edit those riots yesterday when we started the show off when there was very few riots?
I think most of the riots, they haven't been riots. I think that the protests mostly have been peaceful. Can I bring up my